Hello everyone, it's Sandra and welcome to today's video. I wanted to do a good old-fashioned get ready with me, just chilled out and shopping my stash. So no new products will be featured in this video. I've actually been on a beauty no buy for the month of August and it's been going really well. As a content creator, there's so much pressure to constantly, produce content featuring new products because that's what generates the most views. On the other side of the coin, I'm also a consumer. I'm also a customer, and I'm trying to just kind of not contribute to the madness every now and then and just pump the brakes and do some good old-fashioned shop my stash content. One of my favorite creators, actually two of my favorite creators here on YouTube, have recently done like a no buy, low buys in July. I've really been enjoying their content, so highly recommend checking out Tania B Wells. Love her videos, love her reviews. So she did a low buy in July and she did a lot of shop my stash content, which I really loved. And then of course, Louise Poston, who did a no buy July, a lot of great content around that as well. Initially, I wanted to use this NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. This is a product that I really love. It's a great everyday base product and it's not a new product. This has been around for years and years and years and it still stands up to all the latest launches. It's still fantastic. So this is on the roster, and I do have some breakouts and my skin has been really oily lately. It's been very hot and humid outside, so maybe I should just go for something a bit more mattifying. The Makeup Forever HD Skin has just been great. I've been loving this foundation this summer. I'm kind of torn between the two. Let's go with the NARS. I use this in the shade Alaska, which is a pretty decent color match. A light coverage, so it's easy to blend into the skin. So I'm just going to kind of distribute it all over with my fingers, and then I'm going to take my trusty BK Beauty foundation brush and I'm just blending it all out. And then for any blemishes that are still bothering me afterwards, I can just go in with a separate concealer and tackle those as needed. I really like this brush. This is the 101 brush. The shape makes it so easy. It's so soft and it really just blends out foundation like a dream. But this is pretty much as radiant as it gets. It's not gonna make me more oily. I still powder no matter what in the summertime, so that's all good. For under eyes, I'm going to do a little bit of correcting. My go-to under eye product, this is not new news, the Sisley Phyto Eclat in shade number 2. This has been like my holy grail under eye correcting product for years now. It just does such a good job and it's very flattering under the eyes. It doesn't make my under eyes look cakey or crepey. It's great. It's also loaded with some skincare ingredients as well. It has peptides in there. One of these tubes lasts for a very long time. For concealing on the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with the Lancome Teint Doll Concealer, which I still really love. I use this in shade 215 and I'm just using it where I want some brightening. I don't go double dipping. Whatever I pull from my first initial pull of the wand, that's what I disperse all over my face. I've definitely noticed that the older that I get, the less is more, especially when it comes to concealers. And I appreciate things that have really, really thin, easily spreadable consistencies. There's just something so nice about pushing pause and not seeking out new beauty products and really just taking the time. Like sometimes I feel like I've got a split personality, right? Sometimes I get so excited by new makeup and all I want to do is just keep trying new stuff. And other times I'm like so sick of it all and I just want to be a minimalist and I just want everything to be streamlined. I go into moods and sometimes I just want the same products to use every single day and I get such comfort from that. So I'm just kind of straddling both worlds, right? But it's really nice. It just feels really good to appreciate and use and love what's already here. I feel like, you know, we have so many choices. There's this mentality that, well, whatever I have, I'm sure there's something better out there. But honestly, speaking from experience, most of the time, the new stuff is just as good as the stuff you already had. It's not like that much better. I'm sure you know what I mean. A little bit more concealer. This is the NARS Soft Matte Concealer. Taking a little bit of this Buxom Collagen lip balm. It's like a plumping lip balm. And I like this as a kind of almost like a primer. I let it do its thing. It definitely tingles and it makes, you know, increases circulation. I'm gonna set the under eyes just a little bit with the Givenchy powder. This is the same powder that I've been using all summer pretty much. I love this powder for under eyes. And for bronzer, I'm going to use my Jouer cream bronzer, which I really, really love. This is in the shade Sunset Skinny Dip. This is what it looks like. It's just a really great cream bronzer. Love the color, love the formula. Packs a bit more punch than the Makeup by Mario enhancer, for sure. And I'm just kind of stippling this on where the sun would naturally hit my face, taking it a little bit over the nose as well. I do wish that they would just sell the bronzer separately. They have, it's like a double-sided thing. So one end has a bronzer, the other end has a highlighter. The highlighter is nice, but it's just, I don't use it as often as I use the bronzer. For blush, I'm going to use Golden Hour by Tower 28. This is just so pretty. It's the perfect summer blush. It's this orangey, fresh, and I definitely overdid it. This is giving, it's giving clown. If you get overzealous with your cream blush application, don't fear. Grab your beauty sponge and diffuse it. My trusty old pal by Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Powder. This is on sale right now at Derm Store. They have like this big summer sale going on, and it's by Terry stuff is 25% off. So I only really buy this powder when it's on sale. This is my favorite loose powder to set the face. For eyebrows, I'm just filling them out with some powder. This is an old Burberry eyeshadow. So I usually do like the powder at the top of the brow, and then to fill in any bald spots, I like to take the NYX brow pen and just fill in those strokes. Any of you are doing a no buy or a low buy this month or this year, let me know how it's going. Check in with me in the comments. How have you been doing? Have you learned anything from it? What I've learned, especially this year, is that I am over eyeshadow palettes. Going to give my eyelashes a good curl, and honestly, every time I curl my eyelashes now, I say thank you to that Amazon lash serum, that NYK1, I think it's called. Whatever, the one I talked about in my last favorites video. Look at my eyelashes. Like it has made my eyelashes so long, and because they're longer, they hold a curl longer. Like they just, I don't know, I've been really happy with my lash life. For the eyes, speaking of eyeshadow palettes, I busted this out because, of course, whenever a new McGrath palette launches, I kind of use that as inspiration to use the McGrath palettes I already have. So this is the Divine Rose 2 palette. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, and I don't wear it enough. I just don't. So I'm going to be trying to play with this today. I also have the Rowan 75-degree quad. Remember when everybody was losing their mind over these Rowan quads? I have 3 of them. This was my favorite one. This is the first one that I bought, the 75-degree one. So we've got this. And then I also busted out good old Tom Ford Cocoa Mirage, just in case I wanted to tone things down. Like this, the Rowan quad, I can't really wear it by itself. It needs some matte shadow support, but together they make a really nice combination. But then I also have this Pat McGrath palette that I'm going to incorporate into the mix. You know what? Let's just do the Pat McGrath palette with a little bit of Tom Ford, and then I'll save this for another day. Taking this Bone color from the Tom Ford Cocoa Mirage quad just to give myself a nice base, focusing on the inner corner of the eye and under the brow bone. Does anyone else have like one bad eye and one good eye? This eye is always so much easier for me to do, and then this one is just like, this one just never cooperates. So for my crease color, I mixed this color here. This is from the Pat McGrath palette with a little bit of this Tom Ford Cocoa Mirage color, just because the Pat McGrath color by itself is pulls a bit more orangey on me, and it's not, I feel like I need to tone it down a bit. So that's what I've been doing, and I love this Rephr 13 brush. If you have partially hooded eyes, smaller eyes, deeper set eyes, these brushes are excellent for crease work. So I love that. I'm going to take the same combination of eyeshadow. So I just dip a little bit into the Tom Ford, then I dip a little bit into the Pat McGrath, and then I kind of mix them together on the palm of my hand, and I'm going to apply it and kind of line my lash line with the combination as well to give me a nice soft smoky look, but starting on the outside and just slowly fading it in. Never underestimate the power of just mixing eyeshadows, mixing foundations, like mixing lipsticks. It's always so fun to play and discover new combinations and make the look your own. And I'm going to take the same combination of these two brown shadows and just applying them on my lower lash line as well. And then I'm taking this darker brown. I'm still so upset that Tom Ford discontinued this quad. This was perfect. There is a new one now, the Mink Mirage, that is kind of similar, the one that replaced it, but Cocoa Mirage will always have a special place in my heart, you know? So I'm just taking this darker brown and only focusing it on the outer corner for a little bit of extra smokiness, and also doing that down here. Just a little bit of glitter. Going to take this from the Pat McGrath palette with my fingers, and what I like to do with these shadows is I kind of like work it in my finger using the palm of my hand to kind of load up my finger, and then just very gently dabbing it. Pat McGrath glitters are just the best, aren't they? They just make me so happy. And I'm taking this little Laura Mercier, what is this? The Corner Eye Color brush from Laura Mercier, and I'm dipping it into this color from the Pat McGrath palette. This is such a good inner corner color, so I'm just using it to brighten up my inner corner just a little bit. I'm actually really enjoying this eye look. It's like really, it's really pretty, and it's not, it still feels nice and light. And in the summertime, I'm into these looks a lot more. I'm not into like more crazy smoke or anything. Gonna do some dark brown in my waterline. This is the Cali Ray liner in the shade Secret Spot. Love this for the waterline. It's a bit less intense than black. Since the glitter took away some of that shadow on the lash line, I'm going to just reestablish a line with this Surratt liquid liner. This is in the brown shade. What is it called? Does it have a name? It does not. It's just the brown liquid liner from Surratt. Should I do a baby wing? Maybe we'll do a little baby wing. Then taking my Swede Lashes mascara, I take off the excess, and the trick with this mascara, because the wand is so loopy, is you really have to get it, like you really have to work it in to the root of the lashes and then wiggle your way out. Like you have to really comb it through, and removing the excess is key. That way you get all the clumps out. But look at this. Look at this mascara. And I'm going to go in with an oldie but goodie, sadly discontinued, the Burberry Lip Contour in the shade Medium. This was such a cool product because it was basically like a lip liner, but in like a chubby stick form. So great if you are the type of person that likes to line your entire lips with a lip liner and like fill them in. The color is amazing, and I'm actually really happy to have found a very similar color. The Victoria Beckham Lip Definer in shade 2 is very similar to this, so I don't have to ration this anymore, and I can actually just enjoy it and use it up before it expires. I'm going to use this Dior Addict lipstick in the shade Mimi Rose. This lipstick formula is so good. All right, this is the finished look. I love the way that it turned out. I love the way that it has rekindled my love for the makeup that I already have, and I really hope that it inspires you to do the same. I mean, nothing that I did is groundbreaking by any means, and I hope that you get to bust out some oldies but goodies this week and play with them. Let me know if you've rediscovered something from your collection, a long lost love. I would love to know what products from your beauty bag, your beauty stash, you need to use more. Is there something that you bought and that you're like, oh, I really like this, but I haven't used it in a while. I need to use it more. Let me know what that product is. We're gonna chat about it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.